Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Third Down Thursdays. My name is MJ. I am joined here with Coach Bruce on NBA Draft Night.
NBA Draft
Be talking
Night!
some NBA Draft tonight. Oh my gosh.
Sorry.
We're going to be talking NBA Draft tonight. We're also going to be joined by a couple of our experts that we have recently added to our staff. So you're going to be getting a little bit of Cowboys talk later. You're going to be getting a little NL Central talk from Alex and Cy, respectively. So we're very excited about that. But before we get going, Bruce, how you doing, sir?
MJ, let me tell you, man. Like we talked a little bit of the pre-show. It's been quite the 24 hours, my friend. Quite the 24 hours.
It has been quite the 24 hours for me too.
Fair. So I'm gonna tell you right now. So what's been going on with me? So last night we spent some time in the ER. Unfortunately,
Yes.
Everything's good. Like everyone's safe.
Which is good to hear.
You know, wifey, unfortunately, was super dehydrated, which caused severe cramping in her arm. And yeah, I was like, well, shit. All right, let's go. And IV stuck an IV in her, and boom, she was you gotta do this. But she's good to go, man. Good to go. Everything's awesome. She's fine. Feels a lot better. Like she still feels a residual. Like you remember, when you consume too much alcohol. Have you ever had a cramp during the course of like the night in your calf or something like that? Okay, I shouldn't say alcohol.
I've had
not always.
Yeah, I've had cramps before. Yes.
Right. So basically, like, the residual after you have like a super bad cramp. Because like I still to this day, like not as bad. I used to get like playing ball or playing football or whatever.
Yeah.
Like I would get real bad cramps like the night after a game or night after like a tough practice or some shit. And you still feel the residual effects of like that really crappy anyway, long story short, that's what happened. That's like, that's I think she's feeling now. But she's good. Everything's awesome. No complaints. Life's good. Just prepping the house for some 4th of July activities.
Nice.
That we'll be doing the next couple of weeks. Gotta head over to Indiana to get some fireworks and all that stuff. And
there we go.
Gotta get them fireworks, dog. But other than that,
yes,
man,
sir.
like hey, dude, I'm repping the Bulls gear tonight. Like I haven't, like, bro, I'm telling you, like I wrote that article, and like you famously and ended up saying on there how it was very dramatic about how I said that they were at a crossroads. Well, you're damn right. It's dramatic. I have not been this excited for a draft in a while. Not because of the potential of who the Bulls can get, but because of the potential of them moving the current draft situation and getting someone of significance to make a Eastern Conference altering move.
Yes.
Anyway, how are you, by the way? How are you?
I'm good. Honestly, I don't have much update. I'm leaving Dallas tomorrow to go home, get everything packed up, get everything ready for the venture down to Mississippi. So that's what I'm pretty focused on for the time being. But I'm doing good, and I've had a crazy day because I'm getting all sorts of texts and calls and everything about the NBA draft. So it has been an absolutely chaotic afternoon for me. I was in the pool with my family. I kept getting pulled out because I was getting phone calls and stuff. Honestly, if you're ready, I think we can hop right into some of the NBA draft news that you and I have been hearing tonight.
The shenanigans, the chicaneries,
the chaos.
The chaos. What's some more words that we can throw out there? Some
the charcuterie.
Is that if you slow that down, that might sound a little inappropriate.
No, I was referring to the arrangement of meats and cheeses and fruit that you put on a board.
Is that how you pronounce
it? Charcuterie board. Yeah, that is how you pronounce that.
Did you just learn that because you're planning a wedding?
No, I just know that because I'm really white. Anyway, NBA draft 2022. So Not that. That's not what I want. I want this.
You had one job. No.
So, Bruce, do you want to introduce? I have some news, and it's not really news because it's been discussed all day, but I have some updates on some NBA things that are going on as the draft is starting right now.
So my biggest thing, though, the biggest things that I've been like hearing. Well, actually, like we'll give some smaller stuff. So I won't give the source for it or anything like that. But so there's some interesting things going on. Sixers are trying to acquire Eric Gordon.
Yep.
But so I'm not going to share any of the rest of that. But the Sixers are looking into sending a package over for Eric Gordon, which would for Houston. Like I don't even know what Houston's trying to get done with that team. To be honest with you, like
they're trying to dump salary, because another thing I can tell you is I got a text earlier today that said, "Watch out for John Wall." That's all it said, was watch out for John Wall. But John Wall opted into his like $47.4 million player option. And the goal for that, Bruce, was simply John Wall wants to be traded. He still wants to play basketball. He still thinks he's in shape where he can play high quality basketball. Obviously, he's not going to average 20 and 10 like he did in his prime, but John Wall can still give you 15 points, 6 rebounds off the bench. This is more of it's a sign and trade type thing. It's an opt-in and trade, like we'll talk about with somebody else later.
Nice.
And there's a potential for a buyout depending on where John Wall ends up. But the Sixers' goal tonight would be to possibly attach some sort of future draft compensation. If they like the type of draft they have tonight, they're not looking to move out of number 3, but they have enough draft capital over the next couple of years, and really in the next 5 years, where they could attach draft capital to John Wall. And that draft capital is what would get him out of Houston and get him to somewhere where he could potentially even just be a 6-man. John Wall doesn't want to be the guy on the team anymore. He knows he's not that guy.
$47 million right now.
$47.4 million.
$47
is what John Wall is owed.
366,760, according to Spotrac.
And is that a lot of money for a 6-man? Yes. Which
Hell
is
why
that's why the buyout would come into play, and that's why draft compensation would have to come into play. There's no way that Houston would be able to get rid of that contract without that draft compensation.
No, not at all. And like, it was a mistake for them to even trade for him. I don't even remember that trade, to be honest with you.
That was a part of the Russell Westbrook trade. When Russell Westbrook was sent to Washington, John Wall. So it was 2 point guards who didn't want to be where they were with massive contracts. They tried to flip
aging.
2 aging point guards, not as athletic as they used to be. Neither of them worked out. Then, the trade to LA happened. That hasn't worked out either. Which leads us into the other piece of news. So we've been hearing all across the board today 2 things. Number one, Kyrie Irving is not happy with the Nets. Shams Charania reported 2 days ago when he was on the Pat McAfee show that Kyrie Irving and the Brooklyn Nets were at an impasse. For those of you who are not well versed in English, that means no more negotiations between Kyrie Irving and the Brooklyn Nets. What it really means is Kyrie wants out. What I've been able to figure out is Kyrie has been talking to a couple of his friends in the league. Kyrie is good friends with LeBron. Everybody knows that. And when the Brooklyn Nets were knocked out of the playoffs, it would be fair to assume that LeBron was in Kyrie's ear after that was happening. And so where we sit right now, Bruce, is Kyrie Irving wants out of Brooklyn.
Yep.
His top 3 trade destinations, as far as I know, from what I've been told, in order, is Los Angeles, Miami, and to be clear, that's the LA Lakers, the Miami Heat, and the New York Knicks. Those are in order his top 3 places that Kyrie wants to go. The reason for that, for those 3 teams, number 1, obviously LeBron James. Number 2, that's his best place to win a championship is in LA. Number 2, Miami. Kyrie does have a decent relationship with Jimmy Butler, and that is a place they were just in the Eastern Conference Finals. A package that includes something like Kyle Lowry and Duncan Robinson as the 2 big salary pieces could get them close to bringing in Kyrie Irving again in an opt-in and trade situation. Okay. And then number 3, the New York Knicks. They have plenty of wiggle room when it comes to salary. They have plenty of people that
Most
they
right
can
now in
ship
the
off
NBA.
to Brooklyn. And so if Kyrie Irving wants to try and venture off again and have his own team, he gets his big market in New York and he gets his team where he can be in charge. That would be the best of both worlds. If Kyrie wants a big market where he can talk a lot, and he wants a team where he can be the primary ball handler, possibly go win an MVP, and be the guy again in a prime market, the New York Knicks is the place.
All right, so I got to ask the question. All right, we have Kyrie Irving. We have Kyrie Irving. We already know the chicanery. There's the word again. Chicanery. Oh, do we have a draft pick in? Oh, pick is in. People already know what it is, I think. The
Magic are planning to select Paulo Banchero at number 1.
Yep.
Wow. So after weeks of Jabari Smith being number 1, just a few minutes ago, about 15 minutes ago, the Magic decided that they were going to go with Paulo, which means that we have a huge shakeup because at number 2, OKC,
they have 2 and 12.
And yeah, that's a big shakeup. However, let's keep going.
Yeah, let's keep. Sorry, we stay on track. Stay on track.
No, you're good. So keep going with some of the other things. Your question for me.
So my question for you. Okay, we already know the buffoonery of Kyrie Irving. I'm sorry. All right. So one of the things that I thought of driving to work earlier this week was thinking about, okay, Kyrie, and like people in Chicago radio were just beating this guy down. They're talking about like how they do not want any kind of, they don't want him at all on the Chicago Bulls roster. They don't want him, blah, blah, blah. There's no doubt in my mind that he's an absolute talent. He's an amazing NBA basketball player. He's an amazing player. Some of the outside stuff that he does, like it's not ideal for a team environment, but one of the things that was joked about on the radio was also, oh, he's a flat earther, I don't want him. One of the jokes that I thought of in my head, and this is like, it might be like a dad joke, but I don't give a shit. Well, an NBA court is flat, so guess what? I'll take him on my team at any point. But anyway, I digress. My question to you,
oh my gosh.
My question to you is this.
Yes.
Would you want a guy like Kyrie Irving, selfish, me guy, always wanting the attention on him on your team? If you were a GM right now, if you had a package that you could put together, talent, future talent, you're like, you know what, he's a question mark in my mind. We could ship him, get a guy that could lead this team and do this or this, that, and the other, and potentially like, you know, contend. Let's say you're a contending type team, middle of the road type team that could get 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and I'm including 9, 10 for the bubble or the tournament, the play-in tournament.
Yeah.
So that being said, would you, GM MJ Hurley, say, yes, this is a guy that I want to go for? Because I have my answer, and I'll share it after you answer my question, but I'm curious to hear yours.
If I'm an NBA general manager and I have the option to acquire Kyrie Irving, I pull the trigger and I don't even think twice. The reason I do that, not wrong.
That was good.
The reason I would, no questions asked, pull the trigger on bringing Kyrie Irving onto my team is because he is one of the top 3 ball handling point guards
of all time
that we have seen all time. Number 1 is Allen Iverson. Number 2 is Kyrie Irving, and number 3 is Steph Curry. So if you tell me, Bruce, that as an NBA general manager, I have the option to bring on somebody who scored 27 points on average in his time in Cleveland in the NBA Finals. That's his NBA Finals average, is 27 points per game. You have somebody who, as Stephen A. Smith puts it, is showtime. Must-watch basketball is what Kyrie Irving is when he is on the court. If I even have the chance to have that man on my team, I'll take the headache because, as you said, Bruce.
Here we go.
Right now, Bruce. I'm the middle of the road franchise in this scenario. And so even if, I'll put it this way, if I'm the general manager of any team not named the Golden State Warriors, I want Kyrie Irving on my team.
Turns 30 this year.
Okay.
I'm just like, it means whatever.
And one of the great things about Kyrie is he's such a good shooter. He played off ball with LeBron for so many years and still averaged 20, 22 points a game when he was in Cleveland, and he wasn't even the primary ball handler. So if you're asking me, do I want a guy who can average 20 off ball? Yes, that's easy. And he can average 25. He can average 30 when he's the primary ball handler. He can go out there and win me an MVP if I put the ball in his hands every time down the court. So I'll take all of those risks, because even so, let's look at the packages the teams have been able to get back for Kyrie. Oh, the Boston Celtics just went to the NBA Finals after the trade package they were able to get for Kyrie. Teams have been able to acquire Kyrie, and then when he's done, they still flip him, and they still get a good trade package for him. The Cleveland Cavaliers are one of the most high-rising young teams in the NBA. You want to know why? Because they got a bunch of draft capital for Kyrie. Fair. So teams have been able to acquire good packages back for Kyrie because he's still one of the best players in the NBA. He's still, no questions asked, when he's on the court, a top 10 player in the NBA. So if you have the chance to go get him, you do. And if he ends up being pissed off at your franchise, you ship him away for a top 10 NBA player package.
Dude, you totally convinced me, because like low hanging fruit, I was like no go. I didn't like it. But like now thinking about it as a middle of the road team, as you're trying to like build something, I love that idea actually. So basically you're just using him to get something more. Chet Holmgren sighting, he's gonna be blown over by a gust of wind. Sorry. Anyway,
really?
Chet Holmgren, number 2.
Wow. Poor Jabari Smith. He's falling. Yeah. But anyway. No, so Bruce, I think there's honestly not that much risk to Kyrie, which sounds completely backwards. But when you look at the history of his time in Cleveland, they flipped him. They're extremely successful now. His time in Boston, they flipped him. He's extremely successful now. So they were extremely successful now. So if I'm a team that can go get Kyrie Irving, even like the Miami Heat, you still have another superstar in Jimmy Butler. Or if you're New York, you're trash right now. It can't hurt to go get Kyrie Irving, because you're already bad if you're the New York Knicks, and you're already not even in the NBA Finals if you're the Miami Heat. And the Lakers need to go win now. So I think that's the attraction of Kyrie Irving. Yes, it's going to be annoying at some points, and you need a good coach who can help control him. And that's one of the reasons actually the Clippers are a dark horse, is because of his connection with Ty Lue.
Fair. I don't think he's going to go. Yeah, I can see him going to LA.
No, I don't.
I think he's going to LA. I think he's going to go LA. Long story short.
And I do too. And that's his top trade destination. Real quick, before we have our good friend Alex hop on to give us a quick Dallas Cowboys breakdown heading into training camp. I do just want to say the follow-up to this, the other big piece of NBA news today is Kevin Durant. I know just a couple things about Kevin Durant's situation. Number one, he has not, and he's not going to formally request a trade from the Brooklyn Nets until the Kyrie hammer drops. And by that hammer dropping, I mean Kyrie Irving being traded to another team. Obviously, the hammer has already dropped because KD knows that Kyrie wants out. But I think that KD wants a competitive advantage, and he has earned that right because he's the one that formed this team in Brooklyn. He wants the competitive advantage, Kevin Durant does, to go to the team that allows him the best chance to win. Because KD is past the time. KD is past the time where he needs to prove himself as the greatest player on this earth, because when KD wants to go drop 40, KD drops 40. Nobody's going to question his talent. Nobody's going to question his greatness. He wants to go play with guys that he likes with the best chance to win, which I don't blame him for whatsoever. So Kevin Durant has not formally requested a trade, but the expectation is that he is creating a list of teams that he would want to go to. And assuming Kyrie Irving leaves Brooklyn, the union between Kevin Durant and the Brooklyn Nets will be very short-lived.
Right, I agree. And real quick, for those Bulls fans that are out there thinking that Kevin Durant can go to Chicago, it's not going to happen. And frankly, I don't even know if I really.
Yeah, incorrect.
I don't even know if I want.
Yeah.
You know what's a dark horse team, and there's somebody inside the chat that may like to hear this. I could potentially see him go to Miami.
It's possible. And I have also been told that there is negative chance, was the exact quote. Kevin Durant ends up in Golden State.
Because they don't want his ass.
Not to cause that drama. But yeah.
I'll start the drama.
Kevin Durant.
They don't want your ass.
Yeah, and I really don't think that Kevin Durant wants to go back to Golden State anyway. He's somebody that pays a lot of attention to social media, and the social media coverage around Kevin Durant and Golden State has been less than positive. So I don't think that's somewhere he wants to go back, which is unfortunate because it was a lot of fun to watch, but I don't think he's going to end up going back to Golden State. And I know for a fact he's not going back to Golden State. So with all of the important NBA news covered, it is my pleasure to welcome on to our show for the first time.
Let's go.
Long overdue. One of my good friends who I've known for a few years in the business. His name is Alex, also known as the Bear of Texas. And he has joined our staff as a writer, started off with a bang. He has over 4,000 views on his first 3 articles, ripping into the Dallas Cowboys, giving us the inside scoop on Vince McMahon, and then telling us what Micah Parsons needs to do to make the Cowboys defense successful and keep Mike McCarthy's job. So with that, we're going to bring on the Bear of Texas, Mr. Alex. Sir, how are you doing this evening?
I am doing pretty good. It's an honor to be here. It's an honor to be part of the team, guys. I'm sure that all week you've seen all the posts, all the shares. I've already gotten started. At the end of the day, I'm just being a man of my word.
100%, man. And that's appreciated with us, too.
Absolutely.
We love you. We love you, dude.
Look, it's a team effort. You got to admit. That's something apparently you don't see very much, honestly.
100%, man. 100%.
Very true.
We love it, dude. We love it, buddy. All right, so I'm going to jump right in with this, man. So one of the first things that we talked about with you joining the team was the Dallas Cowboys and expectations. And I don't know if you read my article about the Bears, because the Bears are playing the Dallas Cowboys this year. But one of the things that I said was they are not America's team anymore. I loved your article about this. So please, Alex, go ahead and touch on that a little bit.
Well, you guys know me. All right. Y'all know that I am not the guy that's going to feed into the bullshit. I'm not going to say the same thing that 99% of Cowboys Nation says every year. Oh, this is going to be our year. Dak's going to be the MVP. We're going to be the Super Bowl champions. Seriously, listen to all that. Imagining myself saying that kind of stupid stuff. I mean, it's embarrassing, right? It'll affect my ability to sleep at night, thinking that I'm part of this thing, that I somehow believe that this whole thing is just a simple curse that's going to be broken just like that. It's not. Okay, there's a lot of problems with the Cowboys, and of course, people are going to say I'm so negative. Like, it might seem like I'm negative, but honestly, I'm just being honest, all right? Like, again, like, I'm not fake news. I'm not going to spit the fake news that you see on those other outlets, all right? I mean, I'm going to tell it like it is. That's my job. That's what I went to school for, all right? And it's sad that the occupation of journalism has fallen in such a category where there's selfish behaviors on these particular agendas, and they're not going to tell it like it is, okay? It's pathetic, okay? So I'm basically trying to revive the good name of a brutal occupation. I've worked my butt off, and the fact that I'm so feared and I'm hated, the fact is I'm doing my job because there's a code I live by, gentlemen. You know, if people hate you or if they're pissed at you, that means you are doing your job, and you're doing a damn good job, especially if you've gotten death threats like I have.
Jeez, I love it, man. All right, so that being said, we're gonna stick with the Cowboys here. All right, what are your thoughts on this upcoming season, going into training camp right now? What do you see? What do you see coming out from Dak?
To be honest, overall, when it comes to the Cowboys and Dak, I'm not expecting any miracles. I've probably been that way for God knows how long, but it's probably been a few years since I finally had the courage to finally say I don't have faith. But the problem is, number one, is I don't know if it starts with the fact that the offensive line is, well, it's untrustworthy, it's unpredictable, and that's the same thing with our offensive coordinator, especially with the head coach. And the head coach is somebody that MJ here is very, very familiar with.
Oh gosh,
Don't even get me started. The problem is, and the fact that I was actually enthused by the hiring of Mike McCarthy. Now I'm kind of looking at myself and what the hell was I thinking? But you know what? At the end of the day, I gave it. I said, all right, well, let's see what we got. And so far, we are not getting results. All right, but going to the training camp, honestly, the big thing is I expect Dak to work on the mechanics, to work on his consistency, because overall that's his problem. He's inconsistent. So that's number one. Number two is Ezekiel Elliott, because Ezekiel Elliott, right now, I can't even get started, because some of the things I've said, that's where people have really been pissed, because, it's quite obvious that you see him with what he's become with his behavior and everything. We're not getting the results that we're looking for. Sometimes they'll say it's because the running game is bad. Like, I've seen Tony Pollard be fed the ball, and Tony Pollard actually has a positive yardage. Not all the time, but more often than Zeke Elliott. So I don't want to hear any excuses that's for Zeke Elliott, it's this and that, okay? He's being paid the big bucks. He's not giving us the results that we're expecting. At its point, this year, it's make or break. If we don't get what we want, he needs to go. It's that simple.
Alex,
I'm sorry, go ahead.
You're good. I was just going to ask, another person that I've heard that with a lot is Mike McCarthy. And one of our newer guys, Wendell, wrote an article that Mike McCarthy may be on the hot seat. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, you're damn right he's on the hot seat, okay? But at the same time, look, I wanted him fired after that loss to San Francisco. But after a little bit, I thought, you know what? I'm willing to give Mike McCarthy another chance, but Kellen Moore shouldn't even be here anymore. He shouldn't, okay? And honestly, if this is something, as far as Kellen Moore goes, I never trusted the guy, but we can get to that in a little bit. But as far as Mike McCarthy goes, this is make or break for him too. All right? There's been rumors that maybe Sean Payton could be the guy if Mike McCarthy's fired after this season. I'm like, well, here's the deal. Sean Payton is not a yes man. And that's the problem with the Cowboys having these coaches. They're all yes guys. Because Jerry Jones is the guy. He's controlling everything, has a say in everything. Okay, until we get a coach that's not a yes man, until then, there's no glimmer of hope. But at the same time, and as long as Jerry's in charge, there's no hope whatsoever. But to answer your question, you're damn right. It's break or break for Mike McCarthy. I think he will be fired. I think he will be fired after this year.
I said the same exact thing. I agree.
I love it. Alex, the last question I have for you is specifically about that Micah Parsons article you wrote, which I loved, by the way. That kid showed so many flashes. Give us a real quick breakdown of what Dallas has in Micah Parsons and what capability he has to just dominate on the defensive end, and how that would help Dallas possibly exceed expectations.
Well, as far as Micah Parsons goes, the first blessing about it is that he can play two natural positions, which would be linebacker and his original position from high school, which was defensive end. So that's great, because we saw him excel at both when he was needed to shift. So that's great. So Dan Quinn, the defensive coordinator, is actually doing a good job. So that's number one. Number two is, and I said this with such conviction, but then again, I am in fact a man of conviction, and that's for any sport I talk about, even my soccer shows. But as far as Micah Parsons go, he has the skill that the Cowboys have needed for the longest time on defense, and that is a pass rusher.
Truth.
Yeah.
Truth. One of the best commodities in the NFL is having a pass rusher and having an edge rusher or pass rusher and having a cornerback. And Dallas has both. If
you have both and if you have several of them, then then the defensive line can put pressure. The quarterback will be under pressure. He'll either get sacked, he'll throw the ball away. You'll wreak havoc on an opposing offense. That's what the Cowboys need.
I agree.
But the problem is Micah Parsons can't do this all by himself. It's obvious. It's teamwork, okay? He can do only so much to the best of his ability, but at the same time, we don't need Micah Parsons to do everything to the best of his ability only. We need the entire defense to do its best to the best of its ability. It's a team effort.
Agree, Alex. Agree. But so last question I have for you. What can we expect for your next article? Because I know you have something planned right now, man. So what can we get a little preview action of what you're thinking about putting out there next?
Well, because because nothing has really happened this offseason, it's hard to basically kind of plan out what's next. I just got to wait for the thing to just pop up, and then boom, it's done.
Fair.
Because the Cowboys have done almost basically nothing this offseason. Like that, basically all I've written was in that first article I wrote. But if there's anything that's happened, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was say who wins the East? How about that? We'll just say that right
Not
now.
Dallas. Not Dallas.
Oh, I love it.
Dude, you want me to take things to the next level? Check this out. I have Dallas at 5-12.
All right, so Alex, I'm really sorry. I really want to expand on this, but we have. Like,
I'm pretty sure now people are pissed at me.
We're short on time, yeah, but it's fine. That's what makes it.
Come at it, y'all.
Alex, please. We got to get you back on like ASAP. But again, it's at draft night. We also have another side waiting to jump on with us. All I gotta say is thank you so much for jumping on with us, dude. I love what you bring. I love the intensity, and I love the flat out honest basically saying fuck you guys.
Everybody watching, this is the Bear Man of Texas. Alex.
But at the end of the day, guys, I'm doing my job and I'm keeping my word, guys. I promise y'all I'll give you my best. I'm gonna do it, guys. I see big things happening soon for all of us.
Hell yeah, let's go, baby.
And this is why we love Alex, the Bear Man of Texas, at Bearman of TX on Twitter. Go follow him. Go check out all of his shows. Awesome. This man has the dedication that Bruce and I wish we could have put together. So, Alex, once again, thank you, sir, for coming on the show. We'll have you back many times to talk Cowboys and NFC East and all of the NFL. So, thank you once again, sir.
Thank you all very much, guys.
Appreciate it.
Talk to you later, sir. And
that was awesome.
I love that man with all my heart. We are going to quickly transition because we do things quickly, swiftly, and professionally here.
Not everything we do. Hold on.
What?
Hold on. I'm gonna correct that real quick. Not everything we do is quick.
Yeah.
All right, there you go.
Well, now that Bruce opened that door right as Sai is about to come on, we're going to be introducing what I'm honestly just going to call our Cardinals beat writer, Sai. He's one of my good friends, and it is a pleasure to have him join the team. So we're going to bring Sai in. Mr. Sai, how are you doing, sir?
I'm doing pretty good. You know, I just saw my boy Keegan Murray get drafted to the Kings, so I'm doing great.
Why is Keegan Murray your boy?
Oh no, he's just jumping.
I'm just gonna jump right in. Okay.
I'm an Iowa fan. Iowa is my
okay.
I've been following him since he was a freshman last year, and well, top 4. He's a new lottery pick. I'm excited for him. That's all.
So hey,
I love it so much.
Real quick, Sai, man. Let me tell you something, dude. I absolutely love first of all, the interaction that you've had in our chats consistently for as long as you have. Much appreciated. The love is awesome. Secondly, I can whoop MJ's ass in golf, so don't ever pick that ever again.
No.
I shot a 98 the other day, and that's my second round of golf ever. So excuse you.
Hey, just wait. And thirdly, most importantly, honestly, God, man, what you're bringing right now and the stuff that you're writing for us has been absolutely amazing. I've seen other guys with more experience and things like that just now release articles that you've already touched on. So that just shows the potential and the ability that you're doing right now, and it's appreciated. It's fucking awesome. Keep that shit going, Sai.
Well, thank you. You guys gave me the opportunity to write, so I'm giving the best possible content every time.
All right, so real quick before we jump into it's a little talk about the Cardinals, even though I don't, whatever. I gotta ask the question. What's the tweet on the flag up over your head?
It is a Kanye tweet that says, "I need a room full of mirrors so I can be surrounded by winners."
Oh, that's awesome, my guy, dude.
I love that.
It is my motivational tweets that I wake up to every morning.
This guy, okay, you win. Like I
love that so much.
I'm out.
Well, yeah, he's a winner. That's what the tweet says.
You got your co-host now.
Okay, with that, we're just gonna. There we go.
Oh my!
I love it. All right, Sai. So first article or the latest article you wrote. Unfortunately, I have not gotten to it yet because it's been absolutely crazy the past 24 hours. You talked about ranking MLB City Connect jerseys. I love this idea. It was awesome. The first jersey, but the jersey that you used was the White Sox Southside jersey. I actually love that jersey. Not a huge Sox fan, but I do love that jersey. So talk to me about the inspiration. Talk to us a little bit about your rankings. If you can give us maybe your top 5, even though people might have not have read it yet.
But. Yeah. My inspiration for it, I was on vacation last week, and during this car ride up to where I was going, I was just thinking to myself, I'm like, okay, I need to start getting a list of ideas down of what do I want to write about? Mm-hmm. Personally, I've loved the City Connect jerseys, so I was like, I've yet to see a list of someone actually take a dive into the City Connect jerseys and ranking them based on the looks, of course, because no one's ever seen these type of jerseys before. The jerseys that Boston were rocking, those blue and yellow ones.
Yep.
No one's ever seen that since the 90s. Ken Griffey and the iconic red and black jerseys. Those are the last time we've seen a jersey that is somewhat similar to what we're seeing now. So I was like, let's rank these jerseys. Let's take a dive into how important really are these. So that's where I got my inspiration from it. But top 5 that I can think of off the top of my head, I ranked the Rockies as the best jersey. I don't know if you've seen them, but
I'm looking
the Mountains, Rockies were the number 1. The White Sox were number 2.
Yeah.
The Nationals were my 3. I don't remember the last 2.
Marlins 4, Diamondbacks 5.
Yeah, that sounds right. that sounds right.
And let me just read the first sentence for the Arizona Diamondbacks at number 5. I find it hard to believe that the Diamondbacks used to be good back in the day.
But what's back in the day for the Diamondbacks? So
2001.
Right. 2001.
That's
before I was alive.
Exactly.
Before I was.
That's alive. What I was gonna say. So yeah, that is back in the day for him. And even then, I was 1 year old when the Diamondbacks were in the World Series.
All right,
so
let me tell you,
that is back in the day.
Let me tell you, youngsters, something here.
Oh my God.
Oh no.
No, but you know what I absolutely love what you did though, Sai? The very first thing that you actually posted, I'm looking at the article right now, and the first jersey that I see is the Ken Griffey Jr. They did the Futures jerseys, they were called. So if you do the research on some of the, I don't know if you did it or not, but the Futures jerseys, you kind of reference them a little bit. The one team that people made fun of a little bit were the Cincinnati Reds, because they had the sleeveless look that they
cutoffs.
Yeah, they ended up they adopted it though. So they did a Futures one, and then they ended up adopting that as their secondary they're off-brand alternate uniform or whatever for the season, and people just ripped them. But the players said that they were super comfortable because guess what? You could actually breathe.
Good range of motion.
Really move your arms.
Right.
Sleeves.
So
they didn't look good, but they were sleeveless.
Who was it? Okay, so I know I'm totally tangenting. This is what I do, and you know this, but there was a player on, and hopefully maybe it was Puig. Yasiel Puig. Puig rocked him he had to just jacked out of his mind, crazy dude. Anyway,
I think of Yasiel Puig, and I think of Derek Dietrich lifting weights in the dugout, and then I think they got smoked. They lost right afterwards.
Right.
That is what I see. That's what I remember.
That's good stuff, man. That's good stuff. Go ahead.
So, Sai, the other article that I really like that you've written, and this was, I believe, your most viewed article, is talking about Tommy Edman, who is, I know that's your guy. You talked about him at work. I knew when you said you were writing about that man that it would be a fantastic article. So give me a real quick recap of why Tommy Edman is so good, and then we'll dive into that NL Central real quick.
The most quickest way I can say why Tommy Edman is so good, he is a Gold Glove player wherever you put him, primarily second base, shortstop are his key positions. You can move him to play any outfield spot, and you're going to get the same speed, defense. He's a Gold Glover for a reason. Mm-hmm. Kids can fly on the bases, leads the league in sprint speed and WAR, which is wins above replacements, so far this season.
Mhm.
Is now like every player better than Trout's, Aaron Judge, all those big names. Oh, and he's a switch hitter that has power from both sides of the plate. Like, he is arguably the closest thing to a 5-tool player.
And the poor Chicago Cubs don't have him.
What I find absolutely amazing, and I have to share this with you, there was an amazing article that actually Eric, so thank you, Eric, reference to Beers and Sports a little bit there, shared with me about why the Cardinals are always ridiculously good at finding these diamonds in the rough, and then the development of their system is absolutely absurd. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
They're a small market team that always has big market aspirations, and they find guys like Tommy Edman that is absurd.
He was homegrown. I watched him play a little bit in Peoria. Like, kid's been an above average hitter for as long as I can remember.
Right. So you already predicted, for those though that haven't read your article, is he going to be on the All-Star team?
I'm gonna say yes, but I have a bad feeling the fan vote's gonna screw him.
Fair. Wow.
Because he's right now really right now he is 4th in the league for NL shortstops, and Fernando Tatis is 5th and hasn't played a game yet this year. But the fan votes, I could go on and on about how
that's so sad.
The fan vote is.
Yeah, I saw that.
I could go on and on of how rigged the fan vote is, but we're not going to.
We won't.
That's for a different day.
I'm going to tell you right now, Cy, not many people are able to wake up in the morning and want to surround themselves with mirrors the way you do to make sure that they're as smart with the fan vote as you are.
I love that.
I try.
But so I just have one more. I have one more question for you, real quick, Cy. So obviously, you already know where the Cubs are. They're not doing jack shit. However, I do want to ask you though: are the Cardinals a legit contender to win the division?
If we get bullpen help and proper pitching help, yes. Right now, I don't think so. I think the Brewers pitching is too strong. Mm-hmm. Yes, the Cardinals can hit. The Brewers can hit too. The Brewers have 3 legitimate aces. The Cardinals have 1 ace, maybe 2, and Miles Marquez and Jack Flaherty. Mm-hmm. But it's the bullpen. The bullpen lost us the game today, and we split against the Brewers. We just finished our 4 games set today. We split because the Cardinals were throwing Nick Wickren and Drew Verhagen in a 1-run game.
Yeah.
You do not throw those people in a 1-run game.
You're not upset about
that. And we lost.
Yes, I'm not mad at all. So, Cy, we need your official prediction.
Okay.
Cardinals, NL Central champions or no?
Yes.
Okay.
Wow.
Trade deadline, they're going to make a splash. I don't know what splash is going to be yet. I haven't heard anything. It's been quiet for the Cardinals so far. But
wow, he's going.
I think what's going to happen is we're going to pick up a starter and we're going to pick up a bullpen arm.
I haven't looked at the MLB standings in a while.
Okay. Cardinals are currently tied with the Brewers for first place in the NL Central at 40 and 32 or 42 and 32 apiece. 40 and 32.
42 and 32.
No, 40. Yeah, 40 and 32. And yeah, it's been very tight. So Cardinals, they'll for sure get a playoff spot, I would believe. Right now, they would have the second wild card spot. Well, right now they're on top of the division technically, but they would either be top of the division, or they'll probably be fighting with the Giants for that third wild card spot.
The NL Central is such fucking dog shit.
It's so bad because regardless. The Brewers or the Cardinals will be that last team. They will not get the bye. They'll be playing a wild card weekend. It will likely go up against the Padres or the Dodgers or the Giants, depending on how that division shakes out. And they will probably lose. They will probably lose, and that's okay.
Oh, that's amazing.
Oh man, I love it, Cy. All right, man. Well, dude, all right. So I did kind of the same thing when we were talking to Alex, but dude, I honestly, God, I appreciate everything that you've brought with, with us or for us, excuse me. And you're super entertaining. This is good stuff, man. And if you ever need anything, let us know.
I just appreciate the opportunity. This is the first outlet that's actually letting me able to write, and I'm just happy to be here. Simple.
So I keep throwing out bangers, and we'll be happy.
Yeah, dude.
Always,
and
always.
I'm totally gonna buy that flag, and I'm gonna rock that shit too. So
It's like a $15 flag. I think you can do it,
dude. 100%. Awesome, Si. Appreciate it, brother.
That's awesome. Talk to you later, Cy.
Talk to you guys later.
Yep.
Oh
Man,
my gosh. Bruce, I just have to take a moment. I'm going to cut you off. I'm going to take a moment real quick. The fact that we have people like Alex and Cy who can just rip off incredible knowledge about the teams, about the divisions that they are in. We started ThirdDownThursdays.com, which is supposed to be an entire collection of everything we do. We have our videos, we have our podcasts, and all of that on there. But one of the main attractions is our writers and in our articles. And we're adding more people like weekly to this team. Yeah, we added my buddy Alex, who Bruce Ritchie and I met him at the Combine. We were able to spend some time with him. We had some laughs. He was there when Bruce was trying to fight.
I was inebriated.
And Alex. Yeah, it was a great day. So Alex,
it was actually he started laughing about it when I talked to him today about it. He's like, dude, it was fine. It's not big deal. Anyway, we don't need to bring it up.
Honestly, Alex earned his stripes with the team then.
Right. Agreed.
So we gladly brought him onto the team. So we're adding writers. We're adding hopefully some people in the next few weeks that can do some shows for us during the NFL season. Some fun stuff like that. So it's crazy to me, Bruce, that we have people who want to work for us and with us. But as you and I have said multiple times, it's the freedom that we're giving the people on our platform. Because once again, first and foremost, a majority of us are fans of certain sports, and we're fans of the game.
Exactly.
And so to be able to explore whatever sport you like, whether that be football, baseball, basketball, soccer, hockey, although I'll judge you if you like soccer and hockey, but it's fine. A lot of people like those. Bruce and I are just not good at them, and I can't do hockey because I can't see the puck. But anyway, the ability that we can give people like Cy his first opportunity just makes me so happy.
And like we have a Brazilian, we have a guy from Brazil, right? It was
Wendell is writing from Brazil.
Yeah, dude, and
all of those things.
It's amazing, like the amount of people that have reached out, seeing what we do, and I cannot emphasize and express the gratitude that I have and the appreciation I have for each and every one of them. So it's fun, it's good shit, it's entertaining, and again, the biggest thing to I love the viewers and to our fans, and surprisingly, we're actually having fans now.
Crazy,
right? But the biggest thing that I want to emphasize though is we want to be that bridge. So the best thing that MJ just said too was we are all fans of a sport, of a team, of something that we want to talk about and just have fun with, and enter in that world a little bit of the professional writing and see what they do and see what these athletes go through and our teams, our leagues, or whatever you might be following, what they go through. And what Third Downs Thursdays represents is some jackass with absolutely no writing, no journalistic ability, no whatever, but has a big ass mouth on him. Wants to bridge the gap with all the meatheads and all the fans and be the persons and be the people. We want to be the people to help fans interact with with those teams. So it's fun, it's awesome, I love it. It is absolutely my pleasure, my honor to for us to have given this opportunity for everybody else. So I'm humbled by it completely.
And the last thing that I will kind of announce before we hop into our fireside chat is
fireside chat.
I believe, and I think this is accurate, that every show in the month of July, as of now, is scheduled to have a former NFL player on it.
Yep, you're right. Every show has a former NFL player on it. That's not
Every
for lack
show,
of trying.
July 7, 14, 21, and 28.
Yeah.
It's going to be absolute chaos because I'm moving and getting married. So we're going to have a guest host next week. I will not be here, but we will have a guest host with Bruce that we'll announce sometime next week along with our guest.
I'm driving.
And you're still going to have a lot of fun. I still might be able to pop in and at least say hello, but I'm not going to have my setup. I'm going to be in Mississippi getting everything ready.
All right, fireside chat time. Hold on.
Oh, my gosh.
Fireside chat time. First question that is jumping on there. Sai.
Okay. What happened was I'll just throw this one under the bus because I'm not in charge.
Dude, you're gonna learn that you're
charge.
You're never gonna be in charge when you're married. Love you.
Yeah, I'm not in charge. Somebody told me a long time ago that the two most important words in the English language are yes, dear. So, Sai, if you can get permission from the missus, you are more than welcome to attend. But I am not going to publicly put my foot in my mouth because that would be a very bad idea. Because she knows how to use Twitch and she will clip things and she will use them against me. So
I love it.
Sai, I've never hung out with you. That's fair. So, Bruce, before someone in our chat comes up with something more interesting,
what can be more interesting than your wedding? Oh. All right. I'll put.
Why did you have to do that to me? Why did you have? One way or another, we're all going to hang out. Yes.
Yes. 100%.
I agree. So, I mean, we'll just talk about these things live because we do. We are going to have like a team meeting soon in the next couple of weeks. But we do need to have a golf outing at some point, and this is something that will take a lot of planning. Or going to the beach could also be fun.
Okay, I do like the beach, but like if I'm going to be outside, and sweating, I want to actually be doing something while, you know what I'm saying?
We could play football on the beach, and then when you get hot, you go in the water.
Fair.
Think of a Third Down Thursdays football game.
Look at this kid. You know what, Si? Come on now. All right, this fucking dude.
Where was this when you were on the show, Si?
Here I am complimenting his ass, and all of a sudden, then he comes at me with this noise. Okay.
You know what? Here's what we're gonna do. Because this little piece of crap is still in here, we're gonna let him. We're gonna let him say it to your face.
Run this.
We're gonna let him say it to your face. What do you have to say? What do you have to say, Si?
What do you gotta say, Si?
I want to talk shit to the Cubs fan. I'm so sorry that your team sucks, man. Like, why any single team? Why are you a Cubs fan? Why are you a Cubs fan?
I grew up with it. A long ass time ago.
Fair enough, but like,
I grew up
with the South Side at least. Like,
no,
come on.
I grew up with. So how old was I? Dude, super. I was like, I liked Ryan Sandberg. I liked Mark Grace. I liked all that stuff. I like them. And then Sammy Sosa, like him and Mark McGwire, I loved watching that. They're like back in the, or like you weren't even, like I said, you weren't even around yet. Like you weren't even.
I know about it, but
right, of course. Like you weren't even freaking floating around in your dad's sack yet. So
you're right.
You're not wrong.
You are not wrong, but that's not the point.
But no, I honestly, God, like it was just, I don't know what it was. Like I just fell in love with the team and fell in love with the field and just everything like that. I loved everything about it. My very, very, very first ever Cubs game was when, I don't remember how old I was, but I went and it was actually against the Cardinals and the Cubs won the game. And it was back. Yeah,
that's cute.
Yeah, I don't know. So I loved it. Like I loved just like the history behind it. Granted, it was a losing history, but that was basically what it is. Dude, I'm also a Bears fan too, though. So like I'm used to fucking losers, man.
You are a Bears fan.
He's really.
You are a Bears fan.
Uh-oh.
He's got the Bulls.
Oh no.
The Bulls.
Oh,
Got the balls out
Uh
there.
oh.
hold on. The wifey made a comment too. Got to post it. Hey, we let you sweet little things believe you're in charge. Well, let's be real. If you take over, we be dead.
You're not wrong.
I love that.
You're not wrong. I think Alex is trying to come back too.
Yes, just get a name.
It's fireside chat time, man.
There's no camera. Alex, are you there? There's no camera.
Yeah. I put my webcam away.
Oh, fair enough. Fair enough. It's okay. It's okay. You're not the prettiest to look at, anyways, Alex.
Yeah, neither am I. It's okay.
Are you trying to bring out the alter ego, man? Because if he comes out, if you think the Joker is skilled at mayhem and chaos, my alter ego, even the Joker will be scared of him.
Ooh. He gonna fuck you up.
Well, Alex, you claim you're good at pool.
Yeah, what's going on with that?
Are you 90?
I've never played
You
pool.
born in 1920?
I've never played pool. I bet y'all can beat me.
Dude, I love pool. Alex, no, no, hold on. Don't come at Alex with that noise because
I'm going to come at Alex at that.
All right, Alex, I'm on your side.
Because he knows I'll beat him.
MJ's humble. At least he knows.
I know, but I'm still going to roast
you
you for playing an old man game.
What do you think golf is?
Yeah, golf is more interesting than pool.
Oh, what a jabroni.
What a jabroni, yes! Oh, let's go!
Have you looked at me recently? I look like I don't even know. I'm not that's gonna get me in trouble. But
That's gonna get me in trouble.
yeah, I'm not gonna say that.
I love it.
Hey, Alex. I was talking about charcuterie boards earlier. Like you think I'm not a jabroni? Come on now.
You making me want a charcuterie board. I
Right?
barely know what's in it. It's just meat and
Mac
cheese.
right now. I bet Louis could make me a nice one.
He could.
Sai, if my fiance hypothetically showed up at your house, what would you do?
Whoa!
I got cameras.
Your dog's barking at her. Right now.
I got cameras. I'm calling the cops. I'm sorry. I don't know what this person is. I need to leave.
I'd have been buy her ass an Uber and take her back down to.
Right? But apparently Paige loves pool. So I'm just, once again, putting my foot in my mouth.
It's awesome.
Oh, my gosh.
Hey,
Wow.
So this is the first fireside chat that has included Third Down Thursdays people, MJ.
Yes, it is.
It's entertaining.
Third
I
down
think that's
Thursday.
it's a pretty cool. I mean, we're all in it together. You know, might as well.
Yeah.
We're all gonna build the show. We got to combine the strength, guys.
Right?
Well, and Bruce, this is what I want that show on Sundays to be.
Yeah, 100%. This is what.
Have you guys heard about this? I don't know if we've talked about it on the show before. So I came up with the idea that on Sunday, like the hour before I beat the crap out of Bruce. So on Sunday at like 11, the hour before the NFL games start, everybody from the Third Down Thursdays family, anyone who works with us, the wives, girlfriends, whoever, we all get together, talk about sports, talk smack, like cook our food. So Bruce will be in his garage grilling or outside.
Oh yeah, slow cooking some shit and fucking beers.
Paige and I will be sitting in the kitchen, all that stuff. So I think that would be really fun. Screw, Terry Bradshaw and Michael Strahan. We don't need to watch them on Sunday mornings.
I don't.
Exactly. You need to watch Third Down Thursdays. And so nobody has ever tried to compete with the Fox NFL pregame show. So no one ever does shows on Sunday morning.
That's true. We could be that group.
We do it.
Let's do a pregame show. Let's do a pregame show.
Exactly. And so you get all the different NFL fans that we have, because Cowboys fan. Si, are you a Bears fan?
Bears, 49ers. I'll talk whatever team I need to talk about.
49ers?
Oh,
yes,
here we go. Oh, no. Yes.
Yes, 49ers.
Let's go. How much did you like that game against the Packers last year, Si?
It was great.
Yeah, I remember I came into work.
I love hearing Alex laugh, and I can't see him. I hear it as
Alex, don't even get me started. Aaron Rodgers may be the father and sole owner of the Chicago Bears, but his sub-franchise is the Dallas Cowboys. because Jerry Jones Stadium is also known as Aaron Rodgers Drive.
Whoa.
We beat both the Cowboys and the
Oh!
Packers, right? Hold on now. I got it on both of you.
Okay, so Bruce, why do we keep hiring people that just really like coming at me?
Hold on, time out. You're
Now,
a
Si,
Packers fan.
I'd have been more grateful if
Look, I actually have respect for the Cowboys, Packers. I don't know. I don't know.
Hey, we'll find out game one. Hey, we'll find out game one this year when the Bears lose to the 49ers.
The Bears are going to lose to everyone. That's not unique.
Hey, come on now. They're not going to lose to everyone.
They'll beat the Lions like once, maybe.
Once.
They'll maybe beat the Vikings. Maybe.
I hate that damn horn.
MJ, you know me. I'm not gonna come at you at all because I'm more of a soccer guy than I am with the Cowboys.
Thank goodness that we have another soccer person so that Alex and Richie can talk about soccer.
Oh, we gotta get Alex and Richie on for the soccer. I would love to see Alex go at Richie if they have two different teams.
Captain Kirk isn't really gonna be able to beam up Scotty.
I love it. Awesome. As always, a very successful rendition of Third Down Thursday's fireside chat. We gotta have like a little
I was actually gonna
an intro with fire.
I'd like to get him on my soccer show.
Oh
yeah, you should. You should just DM him.
Well, I mean, I just love the game of soccer. I mean, if there's a club that's still in my heart because I was a fan of them as a kid, it's Real Madrid.
Of course it is. It's not like I mean, everyone.
Bruce doesn't even know who Real Madrid is.
Oh come on! It's like one of the best like franchises or like soccer teams ever.
Do you know where they play?
Do I know what? Excuse me.
Do you know where they play?
Okay,
yeah, in Europe.
So this other soccer expert, who's this club? Oh. Who is this?
By the way, Liverpool.
Oh, Richie's. Hold on, let me check I think he wrote in his article.
Is it Liverpool or Man City?
If he was watching right now, he'd be able to count.
It's Manchester City.
Oh, it's Man City?
Yeah.
That sounds right.
Yeah.
Thanks, Si.
Like Man City. Thanks, Si. What?
No, I just heard Si go. Si's like, sounds right.
That sounds right. I said that sounds right because I'm pretty
Si's
sure
like
14-time Champions League champions.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, Richie's also gets really excited for the Dan Lombardi show.
Hold on, real quick. I gotta make.
They're in Spain. They're the kings of Spain, man. They're the kings of. You guys see, yeah, me being the passionate soccer expert, and now seeing all these people, they don't know about this club. They don't know where this club is. I'm like, what the hell is
this going? Hold on, real quick, Alex. While we're on the topic of soccer, I the World Cup is the World Cup's jumping in on. I actually do watch the World Cup, and I like betting on it. But that being said, it's in Qatar, I think, and recently.
Qatar.
Yeah, recently they were talking about how they're not allowed to have consensual relations outside of marriage while they're there, and you're not allowed to show physical like PDA, hold hands, or anything like that while you are in public. In addition to that, you're not allowed to drink alcohol at all there. Have you heard about all this? No? Anyone?
No, I don't watch soccer.
Qatar? Yeah, it's in Qatar.
Gotcha. Did you hear? So, but did you hear my other comments though about all the other stuff that they're restricting for people? Like no sex, no holding hands, or no alcohol consumption, none of that stuff.
Yeah, I have, and also because I'm just like, for God's sake.
I love it.
So Alex agrees.
No, yeah, I heard about all of it. I'm just like it.
Yeah, I agree. Wait.
Oh, yeah, I saw it. And the no alcohol, it surprised me because in Islam, alcohol is forbidden.
You don't even.
No, I don't. I'm not a practicing Muslim.
Fair enough.
Just your stash. Oh my gosh.
I just had sorry, Alex. I don't know if you can see the screen or not, but someone commented saying hello or what's up, MJ Bruce's stash. Sorry, he didn't say anything about anything else. He just said hello to my mustache, which is
Oh, that's amazing.
But
It's
anyways,
beautiful. Oh, gentlemen, this has been another beautiful show. Bruce, I think we need to start clipping just the fireside chat and posting that on YouTube.
I'm down with that too.
I'm down
That
with
makes
it.
sense. We should do that. All right.
Have to. You have to. These
All
are
right.
too entertaining to not post.
Yeah. And then new rule: anyone who works for us can join the fireside chat.
Ooh, good rule. Good rule.
Because I don't care especially until we have. Yes, you should. Especially until we have the Sunday show. I may change my mind when we have that Sunday show, but for now, everyone's invited.
Love it. Love it. All right. Well, another great. Hey, how you doing? How you doing, Mike? Another great show. Appreciate it. Guys, Sai, Alex, thank you guys for jumping on with us. I look forward to more opportunities to, at some point in my lifetime, talk shit to you, Sai, and also talk shit.
It'll happen.
MJ.
It'll happen.
But Alex, there really isn't much I can talk shit to you about because you're not against the Bears, and I don't know jack shit about soccer. So that being said, all right.
We love you all.
We love you guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Hey, MJ.
Yes.
Let's go.